Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make super cute pot holders using Iron-On and the Cricut Explorer Air 2. The first thing you want to do is open the Design Space app. I have an image uploaded that I want to use on my pot holder, so I'm going to click Uploads and then Open Uploaded Images. Next, I'm going to click on the search bar and type in the name of the design I want to use, then click Search. Once my image is found, I'm going to click on it and hit Insert. I'm going to take my design and pull it all the way to the corner. I want to make the design about 4 inches by 4 inches so it will fit nicely onto the surface of my pot holder. Once I have it sized the way I want it, I'm going to click on the Continue button in the bottom right hand corner. Since we're using Iron-On, we need to make sure the design is mirrored. To do that, click on the square button in the upper left hand corner, then flip the switch that says Mirror. Once again, we need to click the Continue button in the bottom right hand corner. I prefer to connect to my Cricut using Bluetooth, so I need to select the Cricut and wait for it to connect. Now we're ready to start cutting our materials. I have my Iron-On ready that I want to use, so now I need to measure the material to make sure I have it the correct size. I sized my design to be 4 inches by 4 inches, so I want to cut my Iron-On a little bit bigger than that. Iron-On has a shiny side and a dull side. It makes it a lot easier to measure if I lay the shiny side down on the mat and mark on the dull side where I want to cut. After I've measured the Iron-On, all that's left to do is cut it out. Now it's time to stick my piece of Iron-On onto the mat. The first thing to do is take the plastic cover off. Once again, Iron-On has a shiny side and a dull side. You want to make sure that the shiny side is the part stuck down onto your mat and the dull side is facing up. Then press the material onto your mat. It's very important to make sure that the dial on your Cricut is set to Iron-On. If it is set to any other setting, it will not cut through the Iron-On material. Now we're ready to put the mat into the Cricut. To do that, I'm going to line my mat under the notches of the Cricut, slightly push it in, and press the flashing arrow button. Once the Cricut button starts to flash, press it, and the machine will soon start to cut. Once the machine is done cutting, we need to release the mat by pressing the flashing arrow button. Then, we need to peel the material off the mat so we can weed it. To weed the design, you need to pull off all of the pieces of material you do not want stuck to your project. You can use your fingers to weed the design if you do not have a weeding tool, but a weeding tool makes it a lot easier to peel the parts off that you don't want, and it gets into small spaces a lot easier than your fingers do. Now that our design has been weeded, we're ready to iron it onto our pot holder. To iron on the design, I'm going to use my heat press. I have my heat press set to 150 degrees Celsius, which should be equal to about 350 degrees. First, we're going to put the pot holder into the heat press and press it for about 5 seconds. This gets all the moisture out of the fabric and helps the design to adhere better. Next, we're going to take our design we cut out and put it on the pot holder. You'll want to make sure that when you iron the design on, it is exactly where you want it, because once it gets heated, it will not come back off the pot holder. Once I have it where I want it, I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper and cover the design. This will help ensure that the pot holder and the design don't get too hot. To iron the design on, I'm going to heat it for about 15 seconds. If you don't have a heat press, you can easily repeat these steps using an iron, but you may have to heat it for longer before it sticks. Our pot holder is almost finished. All that's left to do is let it cool, and then we can peel the plastic covering off the design. Now that I've let it cool, we can peel the cover off. To do this, you will want to peel the plastic off very slowly. Watch carefully to make sure that no piece of your design is pulling up with the plastic. If a part starts to pull up, put the plastic cover back down and reheat your design. The plastic should pull off easily without anything sticking to it. And there you have it. You can easily customize pot holders for any occasion. I've made lots of them and they're really easy. They also make great gifts and are pretty inexpensive to make. Thanks for watching!